You see, the most important thing is, from my perspective, is that in July, there was only 3% separating the Congress and the BJP. 38% and 41%. In October, I find 12% is separating these two parties.
Can I ask you a very simple question?
Apart from Modi, I don't know which is the big factor which has emerged in the last 3 months.
There's another thing happening. You know, Rahul Gandhi is taking personal interest, and he's been cleaning the audience tables there. The ticket distribution has been personally done by by him. So this would clearly be a one-on-one between Modi and Rahul factor.
There's another factor. If at all there is an impact of Modi, and we're looking at this vote share difference, there's another factor which is in play. As Shesh Narayan ji rightly pointed out, the Naxal dominant seats, north and southern Chhattisgarh, went for the BJP. In the plains, where there is no Maoist impact, the Congress and the BJP rivaled in vote share. They were very close. Yeah. They were almost the same. Now, if there is a vote share increase, it's taking place in the plains. That is what this implies. And therefore, the seat share impact is not much, because they anyway had won the plain seats.
The story is that Chhattisgarh BJP is going to be a super dominant player. That's what we are projecting in our polls. Should we go into Delhi immediately?
Yes.
Or should we go into Delhi after a short break?
No, I think Delhi.
Should we go to Delhi immediately? We're going now to Delhi, and the current Lok Sabha position, if we can just pull out the graphics, is that the BJP trumped the Congress in yet another state. They swept the 2009 elections. The BJP now has a 4-3 advantage. The Congress has lost 25% of its vote share. The BJP has gained 5%. If we are going to track these results since July, then this is the way the story is.
Delhi Arnav is very interesting, because in our last survey, we actually showed that the Congress will come down to 1 from a 7-0 contest in 2009.
Yeah.
It will come down to 1, and the BJP will get 6. In 3 months, and I wish Mr. Deshmukh was here to explain this, in 3 months, the Congress is up by a 2, and they come to 3, the BJP is at 4. Could this be the Aam Aadmi Party effect? Though they don't win, there is no winning tally over here for the Aam Aadmi Party, but are you going to eat into the votes of the Bharatiya Janata Party?
Once again, for all our panelists here, we are predicting a 20% vote share for the Aam Aadmi Party. Kumar Vishwas, 20%, जो 20% का swing है आपके लिए, क्योंकि you are making your debut there. We are predicting a 6% swing for the BJP since July. If I were to track since July, compared to July, Sudhanshu ji, you get 6% more. You are getting 40% vote share and are the single largest party. And for the Congress party, Ragini, we are predicting minus 25%, 32%. You're the second largest party. And it could have been much worse for you had it not been for the Aam Aadmi Party. Ragini, can I get your reaction, please, to these numbers?
I don't believe in the cushion factor which you're trying to emphasize.
Which number? Which factor?
Cushion effect of the Aam Aadmi Party. But let me begin by saying that, like the weather forecast, more often than not, the poll surveys end up being embarrassed by the final outcome. We've seen that more often than not. And this survey, I think
can we just get over that? Because that's a standard line which everyone who's on the bad side says.
Arnav, let me complete. So I'm just saying that we have to take this with a pinch of salt. And
no, you take it with a barrel of salt, but please respond. Yes.
No, we are only happy with the handful.
Huh?
We are happy with the handful.
You're happy with the handful of salt?
No, let me see. There are 2 points that I would like to make. First of all, I think these poll surveys have a knack for underplaying Congress's performance, and I have empirical data to show that. Let me just finish. Secondly, I would also say that they sort of underestimate our connect with the people, which reflects through the progressive policies that we have. If we go back to the 2009 exit polls,
if you get 32%,
no, you are very adamant and very resourceful with the data, the empirical facts. So I also have that. In 2009, CSOS, Nielsen and Sea Waters all proclaimed and projected that the Congress party is not going to get more than 150 seats, and we ended up having 205. And with respect to the BJP, I can also say that they were supposed to get more than 150 and they ended up by 116. So that is one point which we have to emphasize. Underestimation of the Congress's performance has been projected by the polls in the recent past.
Then what are you expecting, Ragini? in Delhi of 7, what is it that the Congress realistically expects? Because remember, this has been the place, Ragini. This has been the place where the Aam Aadmi Party, in the form of its entire agitation, Anna's agitation, then the formation of the Aam Aadmi Party.
Sanket, if you were to ask Ragini, a feisty Congress spokesperson, how many seats will you get at the national level? She'd say 500. This is what is class. Like no Prime Minister says, I want to be Prime Minister because they are made Prime Minister. All Congress spokespersons.
Such a fetish for exaggeration. I fail to.
No, but let's get the other side. I mean, we're only analyzing. See, first of all, let's say this. No poll is the final story. There is always a margin, and I've always said this. There's a 5% margin here and there, and 5%, 3%, 3% can make a big difference. Let's get Kumar Vishwas. And Kumar Vishwas, आपका क्या ख्याल है? जो number अभी आ रहे हैं, you got 3% more than you got in July, but obviously your party is still extremely unhappy with polls per se. What are you predicting and your reaction?
अर्नब, दुर्भाग्य से इस देश के राजनेताओं ने राजनीति को चुनाव बना दिया है. उनके लिए इलेक्शन ही पॉलिटिक्स है. हम इसमें आए हैं तो जबरदस्ती आए हैं. हम आना नहीं चाहते थे, हमको भेजा गया है. हमने इतना जरूर कर दिया है कि अब भारतीय जनता पार्टी अपने नेता पर विचार कर रही है.
आपको
सारी पार्टियों ने मिलकर. हम तो कानून मांगने गए थे. हम तो कानून मांगने गए थे. आज भी मांग रहे हैं.
बीजेपी कहती है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी ने भेजा.
वो पहले कांग्रेस कहती थी, इन्होंने भेजा. नानाजी देशमुख के साथ फोटो दिखाते थे हमारे दिग्विजय सिंह आपके चैनल पर रोज, और हम कहते थे कि नानाजी साथ बैठना कौन सी बुरी बात है, उनके बेटे के साथ.
आपको बुरा नहीं लग रहा है कि आज आप जब देख रहे हैं तो आपका जो प्रिंसिपल ऑपोजिशन था वो कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ था? जो
हमारा प्रिंसिपल ऑपोजिशन करप्शन था.
During the Lokpal movement, your target was the Congress party, Kumar Vishwas. You are a very
initially the BJP was with you.
Who promised us? BJP and Congress and all the parliament?
No, but when you were making your target was the Congress party, right? Agreed or not?
Our target was corruption. It is, and it will. हमारा टारगेट सदा भ्रष्टाचार था. भ्रष्टाचार अब एमसीडी में इन्होंने कर रखा है और राज्य की सरकार में शीला दीक्षित ने कर रखा है, तो दोनों के खिलाफ है. देश में विकल्प नहीं था, हमारे पास रिसोर्सेज नहीं थे, लोग नहीं थे, इसलिए हम अकेले दिल्ली में लड़े एक लिटमस टेस्ट के लिए. जब आपने हमें 4 दिए तब हम कुंठित नहीं हुए. अब 18 दे रहे हैं तो हम परेशान नहीं हो रहे, खुश नहीं हो रहे. हम केवल लड़ रहे हैं और अभी सकारात्मक राजनीति को लाके रहेंगे.
Who will you be if you win and get a 40% vote share and get 4 out of 7 seats as this is projecting? Who will you be defeating? The Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress Party? Choose one.
Who's your bigger opponent?
No, choose one. Yeah, exactly.
Who's your bigger opponent?
Choose one.
Actually, BJP is fighting election with our own objectives.
As long as you're not fighting yourself.
No. As far as the main opponent is concerned, it's obviously the Congress party.
No, but does it concern you? Does it concern you that the Aam Aadmi Party has come out as a force?
They're not even considering you a
हम यही चाहते हैं कि चुनाव के दिन तक हमें कंसीडर ना करें.
No, definitely they have
4 आदमी पार्टी, बेकार पार्टी, इनके पास तो कुछ नहीं है. जनरली सभी लोग बोलते हैं. भाजपा के एक प्रवक्ता एक चैनल पे कह रहे थे 4 आदमी पार्टी. हम चाह रहे थे कि ये बात ये नवंबर तक लगातार बोलें, 8 दिसंबर तक लगातार यही बोलें, ताकि जनता ये बात तय करे.
But no, definitely they have emerged as a force and they are welcome in the political arena. But right now, their position, as your polls is also projecting, is more of a spoiler or more of a person or party which is indirectly supporting Congress, splitting the anti-Congress vote. So, in the other aspect you also see, they are talking about the various shortcomings in the politics. In a span of 1 year, one shortcoming in fighting. They have shown much more in fighting within from Anna movement than any other political party.
What do you mean by that? You have so much infighting in your party that you can't even decide who your chief ministerial candidate is. There is some rumor.
BJP is the only political party which from its inception, not 1980, 1952.
Who is your chief ministerial candidate?
Minute, let me complete. It has not seen any vertical split.
Who is your chief ministerial candidate? Vijay Kumar Malhotra.
The parliamentary board will decide that the
Mr. Goyal or
now you sound like the
I would like to make a small comment on both the parties. First of all, let's begin with the BJP. They have dual challenge, both external and internal. So if we focus on the external challenge, they have a formidable opponent in the form of the Congress party, against whom the only effective weapon that they can find is negative criticism and destructive campaign.
No, let me just complete. 20% of the vote, Ragini, if they get 20% of the vote,
please give me some uninterrupted time. Please let me speak.
By the way, I want to give the Congress party more and more uninterrupted time, provided Sheila Dikshit agrees. Provided Sheila Dikshit agrees to an open TV debate. Let's put this to the House here today. There was talk for the people of Delhi. It's a very serious question.
If you've called me as a panelist, it's your mandate to give me equitable on-air time.
You see, one second.
Why are you bringing Sheila Dikshit in here? Please let me speak if I'm here.
Ragini, 1 minute. You see, why am I bringing in Sheila Dikshit here? Because she's your chief minister and hopefully she's your chief ministerial candidate.
But a debate happens between equals.
The question here is, there has been talk in Delhi. There has been talk in Delhi.
No, the person who's come to represent the Congress party not allowing her to speak. You want Sheila Dikshit to come here.
Very interesting numbers.
Let's analyze the numbers.
You brought us interesting numbers.
Yeah.
You are showing that the BJP, which was sweeping Delhi Lok Sabha polls, is no longer sweeping, although it is getting an increase in vote percentage. And you are showing that others have come down a lot. The Aam Aadmi Party is gaining. Congress is gaining by 1%. All of this is resulting in Congress getting 2 more seats, which was predicted, and the BJP getting 2 less. Right? It is now 3 and 4 instead of 1 and 6. So these are very interesting numbers, because then that means that Delhi is no longer BJP sweeping. And Delhi has a symbolic value.
That's what my pretension was.
I think that is a very interesting number.
That's why my pretension that our party is going to support Congress in that
Dr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, this after that very, very high-profile rally that Mr. Narendra Modi held to actually show the groundswell of the BJP in Delhi. Clearly, something is not working for the BJP in Delhi if you are only going to get 4 seats rather than the 6 or 7.
No, if you look at the percentage of vote, we are gaining 6% vote from July to October.
Yeah, but you're not
gaining in seats.
And one more thing, I would like to add what she has said. If you talk about this election surveys, even Yashwant Deshmukh has also said that surveys have predicted percentage of votes quite accurately, but when it comes to convergence in the seats, it becomes a little bit difficult. In all political surveys of the last several years, you see, they have predicted the trend very well. They have predicted the percentage of vote very well. And if you look at the election actual results, in the last 8 or 9 years, most of the states which have gone for poll, they have got a clear cut mandate.
There are two.
What happened when the party that was on the rising side, whether it was Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh in 2012 or BSP in 2007, whether it was in Karnataka Congress this time or
Sudhanshu Trivedi, you not answered the question which Navika's question was very pointed. And this question, let's spend some time on it. Post Narendra Modi announcement and post Narendra Modi, she said, big rally, which I think was held in Rohini. Now, if post these 2 big events, you're actually going down from 6 to 4, then either of 2 reasons is responsible for it. One, both of you underestimated the Aam Aadmi Party. Secondly, you overestimated the Narendra Modi effect. Which of the ones would you choose?
There are 2
Which
things.
would you choose?
I am not having the exact information on which date the survey was conducted. It was post-rally or pre-rally?
Oh, certainly it was post-rally.
Okay. Even if you go by that statistic, it is showing a 6% gain. The maximum gain on the part of BJP.
I hope you remember when we were discussing the state assembly elections, when Nirmala Sitharaman ji was sitting here, I categorically indicated at this fact that the demagogue of an image of the Modi which is being created by the BJP is actually flawed. And I said that Modi did not even have an impact on one of the colleges in which he went and spoke. And the same thing has been reflected. No. That is there. And the same thing is being reflected. Modi does not have a formidable effect on either Delhi state elections or at national level. It is a fact.
Over the years, Mr. Jaiprakash Agarwal, Mr. Motilal Vora, and I can tell you all this news press item that is coming saying that Modi gets skullcap people in his rallies. I could see the numbers that were being paraded into the rally.
I'm not even talking about the skullcaps, the number of skullcaps in the rally. I'm not talking about that, madam. I'm very sorry.
I think the big surprise of Delhi elections is
the formidable impact of the BJP proclaims to have. It is falling flat on the ground. It is not there.
Vinod Mehta.
Your poll survey is reflecting that.
Vinod Mehta.
We are looking at the wrong set of figures. We shouldn't look at the BJP figures, we shouldn't look at the Congress figures.
We should look at
the figures to look at is the Aam Aadmi Party figures.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they are showing you they are a mounting and rising force. And I have no reason to believe that in the next 2 months that vote share of 20% will go up. and Mr. Arvind Kejriwal could even emerge as the most preferred candidate for chief ministership.
Therefore, we are hearing...
Aam Aadmi Party is a mounting force.
We are hearing on the ground...
Every other party is a diminishing force.
We are hearing from... Look
Aam Aadmi Party is a mounting force.
How many here support that? Here's the fact. Here is a party makes its debut, goes up, climbs from 15 to 17 to 20% of the vote. It is eating into the BSP and the other parties' vote share. We are told that it's building up support in the unauthorized colonies and large places where the BSP...
Especially East Delhi.
Especially in East Delhi, where the BSP vote share elsewhere was relatively
And the Congress. Sandeep Dixit, which was the core area of the Congress.
Therefore, the point is this, that if the Aam Aadmi Party gets 5% more at the expense of either the Congress Party or the others, who still hold 7%, Delhi is open season, Aarti. Delhi is open up for
I just want to, make this point again, which we discussed on one of your earlier shows. The Aam Aadmi Party is a quintessential urban party. And it appeals to Delhi, where for the first time voters are seeing themselves as a city vote. This is no longer those disparate migrant identities like Punjabi refugees or Jats or Gujars or Biharis or so on. And I think that is really the difference that the Aam Aadmi Party is making. It is appealing to Delhi voters as city voters, as an urban party. Something which Narendra Modi is trying to do on a national level, but clearly in Delhi, where you have a real urban party as an alternative, the BJP is not gaining that traction. And I think that is a really important development.
You see, historically, what does this mean for the Congress Party? If the Congress Party gets 32% of the vote, then the Congress Party is around down to the kind of vote share it got in 1977 when it got about 30.5% of the vote. So if the Congress Party goes down to 32% of the vote, I would say this would be one of the worst ever performances of the Congress Party in Delhi. You can argue that it has happened after 15 years in power, but historically it will be recorded that the Congress would have hit one of its worst lows. If the Congress remains relevant beyond that, it would only be thanks to the Aam Aadmi Party. Don't mind my saying that. Ragini, don't respond to that.
Why?
Now, do we? No, that's a fact. This is a statistic that you have out here. Even in 1996, you got 37% of the vote.
See, it's still a long way to Lok Sabha elections.
दो बातें, एक तो मोदी की रैली की आप बार-बार बात कर रहे हैं, मोदी ने वो सब मोदी जी का करिश्मा है, मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा बाकी पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स की तरह कि साहब उनका कोई करिश्मा ही नहीं, उनका एक करिश्मा है, लेकिन जब वो दिल्ली आए, उन्होंने दिल्ली के किसी भी सवाल को एड्रेस नहीं किया। दिल्ली जिस करप्शन को झेल रही है, जिस महिला सुरक्षा को झेल रही है, उस पे बोले नहीं। वी वर प्रिपेयरिंग, हम तैयारी कर रहे थे कि मिस्टर मोदी कुछ बोलेंगे तो हम काउंटर करेंगे, लेकिन वो किसी पर नहीं बोले। उन्होंने 4 विजय बोले, अर्नब 4 विजय बोले और नया हर्षवर्धन आ गए। वो हर्ष बोले ही नहीं बीच में, क्योंकि उनको पता ही नहीं था कि हर्षवर्धन भी हो सकते हैं। वो ये भी बोल देते हैं विजय भी और हर्ष भी आ जाता।
Sudhanshu Trivedi, you're getting that, letting that go on.
That's a great point.
Mr. Trivedi, the point here is that is the Aam Aadmi Party, Ragini, is the Aam Aadmi Party your biggest worry at this moment? Because what could have been yours has now been split. Do you think their 20% share has actually affected you?
What your poll projection is saying, I've already told that
this
is definitely they have become a player, but
so this is the first time the BJP is admitting that the Aam Aadmi Party has become a force.
Support Congress indirectly.
I'm very happy because I was listening mosquito pest and all gutter snipes for the long time from Salman Khurshid Saab and Sheila Dikshit ji and all other leaders.
So I don't think none of the leaders actually use this term.
No, Sheila Dikshit said these are monsoon pests.
I'm very sorry.
Sheila Dikshit addressed.
She's denying it.
See, the thing is whether we are underestimating or whether you are exaggerating the effect of the Aam Aadmi Party would be proven on 8th of August. Or 8th of December, I have to emphasize that. Secondly,
you could be in for a huge shock, Ragini.
Let's see.
You could be in for a huge shock.
Let's see. I'm ready to take on that challenge. I'm ready to take on that challenge. Because
the traditional politics was of caste. आरके पुरम जो हिंदू सीट कही जाती है, वहां से शाजिया इल्मी लड़ रही हैं। मुस्तफाबाद जो मुसलमान सीट की जाती है, वहां कपिल धामा लड़ रहे हैं जो सिविल इंजीनियर है और आईएएस से लौटा है। तो हमने उस सारी पॉलिटिक्स को बदलने की कोशिश की है। वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू सेफोलॉजी, ब्राह्मण कितने हैं, ठाकुर कितने हैं, हमारा सिंपल है, हमारे आदमी के खिलाफ आप रिपोर्ट निकाल कर लाइए, एफआईआर निकाल कर लाइए, हम लास्ट का टिकट काट देंगे।
No, are you out of sync with Delhi?
Why are you saying that?
Because obviously, the kind of dominant community caste politics which you have practiced, which the Aam Aadmi Party says is out of sync, antiquated, wrong for our democracy. They say we're changing the paradigm.
Why
They're
are you
getting
saying-
non-corrupt
why are you saying
professionals into the fray. And he says, for example, he takes the context of
auto rickshaw
RK Puram, where he's put up
Even
Shahji
auto
Andrew.
rickshaw wala, Bhag Singh हमारे यहाँ लड़ रहा है, auto rickshaw wala. He's
No,
fighting.
do you feel, Ragini, as a young
Yes.
Congress leader,
Yes.
do you feel that people like you should change your approach to politics and perhaps pick up a few cues from a debutant party like the Aam Aadmi Party, which is choosing not to fight this election on the basis of identity and religion or caste politics? Would you encourage, would you do that or not?
We are doing that. Why are you saying
That's
this?
his
I
charge
fail to
against you that
understand.
you've not done. He says that
and I deny it vehemently. I deny that vehemently. I mean, for example,
देखिए केरल में
I
आप
think there is also
नहीं देखिए
it
केरल
can
में आप
also be a
मुस्लिम लीग
result
से
of the
बात करते
candidate
हैं
choices
और
that you
जीवन
have.
भर जिस शिवसेना को सांप्रदायिक कहते हैं, प्रणब मुखर्जी को राष्ट्रपति बनवाने के लिए आप उस शिवसेना के चरणों में लेट जाते हैं. ये भारत का राजनीतिक मुहावरा हमको बदलना पड़ेगा. और दुर्भाग्य से नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने अमित शाह को भेजकर यही शुरू किया और बाद में उन्हें पता चला कि वो गलत ट्रैक पर है, तो वो पीछे हट गए. आशाराम बापू में भी यही हुआ. पूरी फोर्स निकल कर आई, इसके बाद उन्होंने कहा नहीं, हमें साथ नहीं रहना है.
We're taking a first break. Now this debate will continue. I thank our panelists for joining us on Delhi. Goa and Gujarat are coming up after that. How much more is Narendra Modi going to get in Gujarat? Can he cross 50%? Would he go up to 53, 54 perhaps? We'll tell you the real story when we are back on national poll projections in a few minutes.